So, today we're standing here in front of Cooley's. It's an attorney company giving legal advice to startups. So when you come to Silicon Valley, well, you have to make sure that you have everything prepared and make sure that everything is the best for you and your startup.
Eric here, and I'm here with the amazing Josh. And Josh here is a startup lawyer, and he knows all about the legal stuff. And Josh, can you please give me an introduction about yourself so that the people know who you are and what you specialize in?
Sure, happy to do so. So, hi everybody, I'm Josh Seidenfeld, so I'm an attorney here at Cooley. Cooley's a 900-person law firm. We have offices primarily in every technology hub in the US as well as internationally in China and the UK. What I do in Cooley is I work with high growth companies that are basically focused on building the billion-dollar idea. And so that's everything from initial idea and forming a company all the way through a sale of the business or an IPO, and then everything that happens in between, including financings and bringing on employees and negotiating contracts and all other general legal needs for startups.
Okay, so Josh, can you tell us why is it essential to take legal advice for startups?
Sure. Well, securities are complicated, and there's lots of ways that you can make mistakes when you first form a business. And there are things that you may not even realize that you're doing that on the surface seem reasonable and logical, but in the long term for a company, they end up being harmful. So you think about things like vesting of your securities, or if you have a partner, do you really split a business 50-50, and what are the downsides that can happen with that? And so my job is to make sure that everything the company does is efficient and clean, so if someone comes tomorrow and wants to buy your business, you can get that deal done very quickly.
Okay, and what is the biggest mistake startups do? For example, what is the biggest mistake that they do before they launch? So, for example, what is the biggest mistake startups do that could cost them a lot in the future when they grow?
It's a good question. So there are lots of different mistakes people make. I think the most basic one to me is that people don't document things correctly. So when you form a company, lots of people run 1,000,000 miles a minute and they try to get things done as quickly as they can. And sometimes that means emails with people that they're working with or handshakes, but they don't actually document things. And when you try to put words on paper, when people actually see what someone's real intent is, you realize a lot of times you haven't actually agreed on some of the most important points. And so I think, taking your time, making sure you get a good attorney to actually paper things appropriately, that's the best way you can protect something that you're investing all of your time into.
Okay, and what is your message for people who are dreaming to come to Silicon Valley?
It has never been a better time to be a startup. I think this is, to me, the premier place in the world, which is why I live here to work on a company. There is a lot of talent here, and there's a lot of opportunities. So if this is something that you want to do, I think, nothing should be holding you back from that.
So, you've heard it here from the best. So do not forget to subscribe to Adventures of a Teen in Silicon Valley at www.ericlassard.com. See you in the next episode.